artists, today we're going to draw and paint this dragon. Make sure you have a pencil, an eraser, a Sharpie, watercolor paper, watercolor paints, a glass of water, paintbrushes, and a paper towel. It's important to have the correct supplies for this style of painting, especially the watercolor paper and the Sharpie. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is grab our pencils, and we're going to start here on his head. We're just going to draw a little shape like this. And then from here, another point, and swoop around for his nose, and then up. So this is what we're left with, kind of his face shape. I'm going to draw these little squiggly type shapes on his head. I just kind of went like this. And then from this last one, I did 4. We're going to swoop around and start moving into his neck here. So I started the neck a little back from here, and then we're just gonna curve around for his belly. This is kind of like a seahorse shape almost. We're gonna move into the tail, swoop around, and end like this. If I ever get too far ahead, feel free to pause the video and catch up. For the end of the tail, we're going to go ahead and draw a heart shape, just like that. And then we'll go back up here and do a little nostril here, kind of a C. And then the eye is a line across here, and then like this. And then we will go ahead and add in the rest of the eye, so a line here, and a line here. Okay. All right, next we're going to do the wings. So from about here, we're going to swoop up to a point, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. You want them to kind of be about the same size. So we'll start like that. Once you're happy with those 2 lines, we're going to start here at this point, make a curve down to about here on our paper, and then the same on the other side. Just like that. And then we're going to make 1 swoop here, 1 swoop here, and then we're going to connect that wing back to his body, just like this. All right, I think we have our dragon all sketched in. So what we're going to do next is grab our Sharpie, and we're going to go over all of the pencil marks that we made. When you go in to fill in the eye, you can color in the black part, but maybe leave a little bit of a highlight. You can see I have a little white spot there. And then for around these outside lines, you can make those a little thicker if you want. And then we will move on to the next step. All right, I'm done sketching over with my Sharpie, so I'm going to take my eraser next, and I'm going to erase any pencil marks that I can still see. Okay, I'm done with my eraser. I went ahead and added a little bit of eyelashes to this one because I think I'm going to make this one a girl dragon. So I'm going to make her pink instead of red. You can make your dragon whatever color you would like. I'm going to go ahead with my medium-sized brush here. I'm going to make it wet, and we're going to start on the body here. So what we're going to do is make this a little bit wet, not super wet, just enough to make it a little damp. I'm just going over this whole part. We won't do this part yet, just the body. All right, so I'm going to start around the edges, and right under here we want these to be darker. Like this. So all around the edges we want darker. And then you can see paint starts to kind of move into the middle. I'm going to leave my dragon kind of a light pink. Again, you can make whatever color you want. You can make it a dark pink or dark red, dark orange, whatever you want. So So the reason I chose to do pink on this one is because I have some clothes that I sell that I designed that you can find in the link below in the description, but I have some pink dragons and some red dragons. So I thought maybe I would make this one pink. All right, next we're going to do the wings. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to make it wet, a little bit damp. And we're going to use the same color that we did for the body. We're going to want it a little darker right in here where there will be a shadow. And you can kind of see over here, I made it darker and then lighter at the top. So I'm just going to slowly move my paint up the dragon, and it'll get lighter and lighter till we're at the top where it's almost white. Just like that. If you want to go back in, I think I'm going to make a little darker down here, so you can do that if you want, and then just blend it in. All right, we have one more wing to do, so I'm going to make this wet. All right, and we're going to do the same thing. We want it darker in here and then darker down along the edge here, and then we will pull it up and make it lighter until it's almost white. This one's not blending quite as well. I'm just going to add some more water. Start blending. All right. I think I want a little bit darker here along the belly, maybe even down under here. So you can go ahead and add your finishing touches with this color, and then we'll move on to the next color. Okay. All right, next I'm going to grab a smaller brush, and for my dragon up here, I made his eye color and his tail little heart shape there the same color. So I did yellow for that first dragon. I think I'm going to do a purple color for this one. I'm going to take this dark purple. I'm just going to grab a little bit of it and fill in the eye here, just like that. And then for this tail, you can go ahead and make it wet like we did everything else, and just take a little bit of that color. You won't need much, and you can blend that. If you need to use your paper towel to pick up some of that paint, you can. So I'm just going to make that a little bit wet, and then you can see I can kind of pick up some of that paint. All right, I think that I'm about done here. So if you enjoyed doing this project with me, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to see when I release new videos. I would love to make art with you again soon. Most importantly, keep creating. I'll see you next time. Bye.